Greetings and welcome to Soko Loco Deluxe. I'm KatherineOfSky and this is an absolutely, I don't know, it's very silly, it's very cute. I'm so glad that one of my moderators suggested this game to me because it's kind of funny. It looks very simple. And it is kind of simple, but then it's got some very, very nice challenging bits. So first of all, we'll look at the options. I know a lot of people like to see these. We have various things. I've changed the interface to 1x, but you can make it smaller, as you can see. But it feels, I don't know, kind of chunky good to be at 1x, but you can change it as you like. There are various track modes, toggle or drag. I've used both, and I think I like toggle better. So start straights and curves. End is going to be nothing so that you can do a curve. I'm not sure why this says nothing because it should be curves. You can change a level seed inside the level, which is very nice. And then we have audio options, other things, and help, which is kind of nice too. There's things. So yeah, all kinds of good stuff to look at. Oh, we have signals. I didn't get that far in the game. I just wanted to try it out a bit and show you one of the first levels. But I don't want to go through the tutorial because the tutorial is a bit long. And I think it's better served by just having a level to do. So I've done 3 different levels already, which has kind of taught me how to play the game and where to go next. We've done 1-1, Woodworks, and then Bread and Butter and Steel. So in this level, we learned how to move wood to a sawmill. And then get that as income for our train company, I guess you could say. This one, we learned how to send bread to the castle, the city center, so we can make more inhabitants. Kind of like Civilization with bread in the granary, topping over, and hey, there's a new house, hooray! And then we have steel, which is used for many building components. We also had some rocks in this one as well. So we learned how to use different industries. I know this doesn't make any sense at all because we haven't gotten into the game yet, but let's do that. We're going to do the Woods Challenge right here. And yes, our challenge is to build a monument. So I have not actually completed this level. I wanted some discovery for this. Now there doesn't seem to be any kind of penalties, which I like a lot. There's no time rush. It's very chill. You have this lovely little map. The pixel art is just adorable. Let me introduce you to some of the resources. Now, the one thing that is important to note is that certain resources like woods, trees, and rocks are finite. Once the trees are chopped down, they do not come back. So you need to build various mines for the rocks and forestries for the woods to get your stuff coming in. So there's no pause in this game, but I don't think it's actually necessary. The only time I've found that no pause is inconvenient is when I want to change the schedule of a train and you have to like literally catch the train as it's coming around. But otherwise, there really isn't an issue with it. So anyway, let's get started with this and I'll show you some of the things that we need to do. So here's our sawmill. That's going to be important. We need to take wood from the woods to the sawmill to be processed. We have what's next? We have the other thing, stonemason. That's important for getting this material, which is bricks. So we have planks, which come from the sawmill. So if we look at the sawmill, it shows us that wood logs into planks. So these are the planks up here. This is a building material that we use for things. And then we have the stone rock, which goes to the stonemason here. That gets turned into these bricks. And steel comes from this. This comes from the smelting oven, which is raw logs and raw rocks. So this is a really weird place for this. This is probably better. It's kind of closer to these woods, but if you look, there's a cliff here, and we could get them from this side though. Maybe go take a line down this way and come back. Anyway, that's one thing. And then we have the food thing, which is we have our city center, which is like a tiny little tower or a castle or something in which we have food reserves. And this builds up very much like Civilization, where you fill the one tick here. You see that one there? And then it gives you a new citizen. And then the next one requires 2 things of bread, and then 3 things of bread, and then 4. So you can get more and more population. And these are represented by houses here on the map, and it will grow. And here is our population up here. These are important because we need people to work in the gathering places, like the sawmill and the smelting oven and the brickworks, stonemason. Those all work without people. I guess they're just sort of automated machines or something. We just chuck the stuff in and it's good. But for the producing buildings like farms and woods and rocks, we need to get people working at those actual places. Oh, look, we have 2 city centers. Oh, that could be really great. Ooh. Anyway, the food cycle is such that we take farm, we get a thing of wheat, and that goes to the windmill. Windmill makes the wheat into bread, and that goes to the city center. Now we're starting off with 4 employees, which is quite a lot, and I think that's really useful. I want to look at the map really quickly just to see where is the most advantageous starting location with regard to materials and the processing buildings and such like that. I'm looking and seeing, because we also want this one around. And if we can reuse our tracks, that's even better. That's more fun and more, because we have a certain amount of stuff that we can spend. But if you make a mistake or if you change your mind in a particular area, you can always refund your purchase, which is great. Oh, this looks really good. This might be quite good, this area here, because I could put a longer train station here. Oh, this is tasty. Okay, we're gonna do something really sneaky and hopefully. Oh, okay, that's a timer of like, I don't know. There's no limit. There's that I have found. So anyway, here we go. Let's build a station. Now the station has to be as long as your train is gonna be. And normally what I have been doing is building trains that have 1 resource per train. So you have 1 car. So your station would need to be 2 blocks long to be, car and then locomotive. But I think because this area has both resources that we need, I'm going to make it 3 blocks long, this one. And then this one can be 2 blocks long. If we put the wood car first. So we're going to save a little bit here. Let's delete this thing. And if we need it longer, we can always add it. So we want to be careful because this is a very tight space here. Now this one needs to be 3 blocks long. 2, 3, because if we have the wood car in, or if we have the stone car in the last position, then we need to serve that one. Okay, let's move that over and let's delete. No. I just need to right click. This is kind of an interesting building system. Okay, so this should be a very nice short track that we can work on right now. I think this is going to work pretty well. Do we want to make a warehouse? See, that's a good question. Warehouse costs us 15 steel. And that's quite expensive. That's very, very expensive. Ideally, the warehouse should be somewhere after the sawmill or the stonemason so that it can pick up the goods. But I think we can put it kind of in the middle. Now, initially, you're taught to not have a warehouse. The reason for that is, oh dear. Let's go build some tracks here. We're doing wooden tracks as, oopsies, forgot to click at the end. This is the click and drag thing. There we go. You're taught not to build a warehouse. Oh, you can go up. That's nice. I didn't know that. That's tasty. We can rotate with R to choose the exact piece of track that we want here. Oopsie, no. There we go. Yeah, initially you're taught to build without a warehouse, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Whoopsies. Grab this again so that you can check out what goes on here. And the tutorial leads you through all this. This is not that difficult or anything like that, so don't worry about things. Okay, so we need these guys. These are important. These are called platforms. This enables you to drop stuff off and be able to pick it up. So when you drop something off, it usually goes into the machine, but if the machine is full, it might sit outside depending on the machine. When the machine is full, it will drop it back into one of these platforms. And you can click it there to collect it, or you can drop it off at the warehouse. Now here, we want to build a mining camp, very important. Okay. And then we're also going to build a lumber camp right there. And I also want to get our platforms here. one for each or more. We're gonna do, just be very careful because we only have so many bricks right now. We actually need to get our locomotives on the line so that we can get stuff going. So let's go ahead and build the locomotive place called a garage. Gosh. I could maybe build it here. That's a good spot, actually. That's a pretty good spot. So once you place this, if you have made a train, you cannot remove it. Kind of important. So let's go ahead and connect this to our tracks. Okay, sure. Yeah. To make tracks, you can have your little, whoopsies, nope. So I keep forgetting that you can just right click this. It's so easy. Okay, there we go. Nice. And it's middle mouse click to change, or to change to nothing. Middle mouse click. Now here we have little signals, or little, not signals, but they're the, what do you call, switches. They're called switches. Now you can get your train in here by locomotive. It's by a locomotive, and then you have to send it out. Okay. And then you want to, let's see, we want to have 2 different cars here. Now we said we wanted to have the lumber car first. So we're going to do lumber there. Go here and see. Okay, this is our log and plank car, wood wagon. So click that, send it out. Toot-toot, yay. And then we want our rock car, rocks and bricks. So click and send it out. Yay. Okay. Now then, one of the things that we can do with this locomotive, we can drag it around ourselves, but it will not pick up stuff from any of the stations. And we can do that, but if we're trying to go backward here, it will go this way. That's what the switches are for. Once you program the train, it can go, even if this is blocked, it can go to whatever station it's programmed for. So the switches are just for our benefit of dragging the trains around, because sometimes you need to move them around the track. So anyway, we want to start off this train by going to our raw materials places. But if you notice, there's nothing on these platforms because we don't have anybody working here. So let's assign 2 workers to each camp. There we go, because we're going to just use up our complete amount of workers. Now these are little tiny people that are going to go and chop things down. They're going to go at it, just chopping and doing their thing and stuff. And while they're doing that, we're going to program this little locomotive. So let's go ahead and add our stations in order. Hello, there we go. Okay, so here first. And these little arrows are, this is so funny. Here we have location, and it shows you what's here and stuff. And then here is, it tells you it's a sawmill, and this is where we're going first. We have load in, load out, and load out then in. This is very useful for the pickup stations, as you'll see, or the processing stations. First of all, we're going to load in, and that means load into the train. Next, we're going to go to this one since it's on our way. Sure. And we're going to load out and then load in, because we might have, well, no, actually, let's just do the load out first so I can show you without the warehouse. Okay, then we'll add another station, which is here. And this is, again, load out. So basically, we're just taking materials from here and then dropping them off. So here we have that we can skip the different stations with this button. So let's start the train going. So we click this to turn on the engine. So go. All right, so here we go. We are going to this station first. And if we click this, we can actually right click on this and you can see where it's going next. We see we have both logs and the stone added. Okay. So stone gets out into there. It is processing at the stone machine. You can see it kind of jiggling around like a thing of jello or something. That means it's processing. So anyway, we're going to pick up some more stuff if there's stuff here. It looks like there's only like 1 or 2 logs and we need 3. So here we can pick this up if we have a warehouse, but since we don't, we're going to click on this. So take, and we get +3 bricks. And that's all that takes, which is nice. And here we have some sawmill stuff. Planks. Planks come from a sawmill. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, let's let this arrive and then we're going to turn it off. Oops, can we... Nope. Oh, did it not? Oh, it didn't drop it off because it drops off over here. Silly me. So in this game, there's actually a benefit to dropping things off at a warehouse. So I want to show you that because instead of 3, when we take these, we'll get 5 instead. So let's go ahead. And this is a bit of a gamble in the beginning because you only have so much steel. And I probably shouldn't do this right now because we are going to need steel for other things. Let's look at the garage real quick. Well, technically we could use this this same setup to go and make more steel. So I'm gonna risk it. Let's get ourselves a warehouse and be good at this. Yeah. Okay, we'll put the warehouse here. Here. Let's put it here. Yeah. The warehouse there. That's wow. Another one is 50. Holy fuzzy cats. That's quite a lot. That's a lot of steel, man. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're going to make a little bit of a thingy, majingy. Sure. I'm gonna make a side thing. Actually, we don't need a side thing. All right, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. But you can make little side stations. Oh wow, that's not what I wanted. I keep forgetting I need to double click because I haven't used this mode that much. So let's delete this. We need 3 pieces of our platform there. And these will go and get the warehouse. There we are. So what we want to do after this is grab our train and add the next station, which is the warehouse. Hello. No. Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you. And we don't need any platforms here, so you can save on your bricks. And then we're going to change these to be load in and load out. So what it's going to do is when we go to the sawmill, let's start the train again. It's going to check if there's anything here and then reload that wagon if we have stuff. So we're going to unload this. And the good thing is when you look at the menus for the train cars. Oh, no. What we should do, no, we need to change this. No, stop. Okay, so this is the only problem with the not being able to pause is you can't catch your train. What I want to do is I haven't found the way to move these things around, and I think you can somehow. But we're gonna just delete these and redo the process here. So we'll want to do this one, then we'll go to the warehouse just so it goes in order. There we go. Unload this, then add this one, then do both. Then go this one and do both. There we go. It's a little bit out of order, but it should work just fine. So let's click this. There we go. And pick up raw stuff. And then, oh, is it going to store it in the warehouse? No. Yes. Oh, no, that's not good. Wait, did it store it? I have no idea. Let's see. Let's check on this. You can decouple the cars. Oh no, it didn't store it. It's not storing that stuff. Okay, so the warehouse, yeah, just confirmed it is only for collecting the other stuff. So we're gonna see it drop off the planks here. We're gonna get 5, hooray. So instead of 3, we get 5 now. And that's important when we're building lots of tracks and getting stuff done there. So it looks like we really need to get some steel made quickly because we can't even buy another locomotive at this point. So we need to get that sorted. So yeah, locomotives cost 3 steel. So we might, instead of building a lot more track, we might just build a the steel production. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now. Let's go ahead and get a track up there. Ooh, this steel thing is, let's see, the other one was down here. This one is closer and we can just take the materials from here. As you've probably noticed by watching this, the production isn't that fast. In fact, it's quite slow. So it's not something that we need to really worry about, oh geez, it's gonna really mess with all this stuff. No, we're just gonna get stuff quite slowly around, and we could even alternate it, you know, like 1 load for steel and then 1 load for the rest of this stuff. But I think what I'm going to do is just completely change it over to the steel schedule once we get that going. But we need to make that first. So let's make a station here for steel. And we need to have probably at least 3 platforms. I've noticed that's a good amount for steel because sometimes you'll have both rocks and logs waiting Okay, so the other thing about this game is the train cannot reverse. That's why I'm building things in loops, because the train cannot go backwards. But it is quite smart, and you can do just, if you have a long line like this, and I'll show you. That's probably a good thing to do right now. So we can have this going like this. How do we want to go around here? Actually, we could go this way, like this. Or we could go by the bakery. Yeah, let's go this way. This is kind of comically long. Let's go this way. Okay, let's do that for now. We have a lot of material. I'm quite pleased with this. Okay, let's delete this part and put in a proper curve. Sometimes it's easier just to, I don't know, click the curves in like this. Okay, there we go. And that's going to be our turnaround for here. It'll go into the station and then it will come back out. Now, the only problem with this is if you have multiple trains going on this line, then that obviously doesn't work. And with something like this, you kind of have to be careful because you cannot have multiple switches on the same thingy. Oopsies. There we go. Like this. This one is going to be down, but you cannot put this as an up like that. You have to have your up here, for example. So you have to have like a separate piece there. All right, so now we should probably start making a little bit of steel. I'm gonna let the train drop off the stuff at the sawmill first because we have, wow, we have more than enough material. I'm quite happy with this. Actually, I'm really happy with this decision to make the warehouse because it's been so efficient for taking stuff for us. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna clear everything. Oops, I shouldn't have cleared the first one because we actually need the first one. So let's go here. And then we're gonna go here. No, we're not. We're gonna go from there and then we're gonna go to the warehouse just in case. And then we're gonna go there. So this is gonna be load in then out. This is gonna be load out. And then of course we're gonna, load in at the resource base. It's kind of interesting that these are together because in a lot of the maps that I've played, they've all been separate. And so with this, we've saved a bit of bricks because each station piece is 2 bricks. Oh, look at this. Here we go. There we're going. Oh no, we didn't get any wood. No, I should have waited for wood to appear. Yeah, that was bad. Bad timing for me. Okay, there we go. So we got the rocks in there. That's great. Oh, this is good. And then we can also fast forward time a little bit too, so we can get things a little bit faster. Okay, there we go. So now this is what I'm talking about, having multiple materials stored, because it's going to store something. It's going to store these rocks. Oh, and there's our steel. So now we're going to wait for it to come back around and pick up the steel. Okay, let's see. Yep, we're chucking this stuff there and we're getting the steel. No, we're not getting the steel. Why didn't it load? No! Train, what you doing? Hold on. Turn off. This car? Isn't that the right car? Is the car a different one? No. No, it is. Oh my gosh, it's a steel wagon and it costs steel. All right, well, we're gonna have to click one of these and we'll buy ourselves a steel wagon. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna drop off the train. We're gonna get the train down here. Well, we're gonna put it back up this way actually, and get this one to go this way. We're gonna put on an extra car to our train here. And once we can do, actually what we can do is get a separate train altogether for this. But yeah, let's go. Steel and money, sure, let's buy. Okay, send it out. There you go. Boom, click. Okay. Now we need to make this a little bit longer. So let's delete part of this stuff because we now have several cars. Okay, and there we go. That's easy on that side. And then we need to make this one slightly longer. So I'm going to delete this piece, sure, and add that there. Excellent. No, don't do that. I don't want to do that. No, give it back. Sorry. I'm overreacting here because it's okay. It's actually okay. Anyway, here's our warehouse back again. That's one really, really nice feature of the game. You're not punished for stuff. I love not being punished. It feels good. Feels really good. To have things like you can build any way you want, and it works, and it's good. Okay, so these guys, we don't need to fill up that car at all because that's just for steel and the other thing, what is it? What else is it for? Steel and money. Oh, that's why it's a green car, I guess. Okay, so we're taking the rocks and the wood back over there. Let's see, and you'll notice, look at this. See, we have the rocks being mined away and then the trees also being chopped down. And from what I've seen, they don't seem to reappear. I could be wrong on that, but I haven't played for very, very long. So you kind of have to move around your camps and stuff and make sure you get stuff. Oh, there we go. 5 more steel. Look at this. This is great. So what I want to think about doing now is building a sort of a dedicated line for this. And maybe have the a train go from here to, say, over here. And then go to the warehouse over there. Now we can move the warehouse and we might actually think about doing that. Seems like a good idea. Now, to my knowledge, I don't know of a way to quicken any of these processes of turning the stuff into other stuff. So that's probably why there are many of these things on the map. So next thing we need to do is get some of these farms to take grain to the city center. And I think we're going to need quite a bit more of the of bricks for that. So I think we're going to change our train schedule in just a second after it drops off the steel. Okay, so go ahead and grab this stuff, please. But it is nice to have extra steel. Oh, that's so tasty. Let's turn it off. Oh, wait, can we just turn it on? Unload? There we go. That's what we want. So we're going to delete this schedule again, except for the warehouse. We're going to add this one again and add this. There we go. So go ahead and yeah, both, please. Yay, go. So now we have enough steel to do a lot of stuff. There is another thing you can buy with steel is steel track, and the train goes faster over steel track, but I don't think we can afford that just yet. I think it's probably better to get some of the farming done and get those to a windmill. So let's see, we have a windmill down here. We have one up here as well. We could possibly reuse this track for that, but I'm feeling we may need to get some other stuff done. In fact, we may delete this entire track because we can get materials, say over here or down here might be a really good place for it as well. Now the monument needs steel. That's what it needs. So that's something that we can do. Now, another thing that you can do with platforms is you can make transfer stations if you want to. That's another thing that the game tells us about and is kind of useful. Oh, look at that. 5 more bricks. Yay. We need a lot of bricks for this because stations are two bricks per square. So here we have a farm and a nice little city center, which we can, let's see, hook up. There's the other windmill's over here. It's very awkward. This whole situation, this map is really awkward. But that's okay. We're gonna organize it. It'll be fine. I think we need to have the city center within the block radius. Like down here won't help. I think it's out of range. So this is a bit awkward looking, but we're gonna do it anyway. So this is just gonna be a bread setup, I think. Let's get this going. We'll go maybe around this area. I think that's a good idea. And then farmy. Yay. Good. All right, now time to see if we have enough. No, come on thing, behave. There we go. Oh, yeah, let's go up and down. Okay, that doesn't cost us anything. That's interesting. Nice. Really? Oh, slow. Oh, it costs us 1 brick. Ooh, that's expensive. Okay. That's expensive. But it's okay. We could go around, I guess. But at the moment, we're okay with this. So, no. Let's just do this. Yep, we're out of planks. Even though it seemed like we had as many as we had. No, we did have as many as we had. It seemed like we had plenty, but we didn't, obviously. Oh, no, there's 5 more. Hooray. no. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now then, should I build another garage? I don't know. Let's see. 10. Oh, 10 bricks. No thanks. It's expensive. Though I could build one here-ish, and that might be good, perhaps. Yeah, let's build one. Let's build a brick place. Let's choo-choo over here. Go, go. Let's move it. Come on. Okay, we got more bricks. Hooray. This is good. Hey. And then we need to build another locomotive and more wagons as well. So that's in our plan. Let's see. I think I can build this here. Yeah. Let's build it one up. Let's do that. Let's get our tracks. I keep wanting to like eyedropper over this stuff like so many games have, but you can't as far as I know. So yep, there we are. Okay, garage. Let's build ourselves a locomotive. We have the 3 steel, hooray. And then send it out. And then we need the bread wagon. And it's this one because we have wheat and bread. Here, I love this. I love this idea that it's going to carry this gigantic loaf of bread. But I like how the cars are worked. They're quite easy with the way it does stuff. So locomotive, let's go and set you on a way. Go here, please. Then go there. Actually, let's start with the farm. Farm, load in. Then go to here and we'll just load out. And go here and then load both. Now, I forgot one very important thing is platforms. We need to have our platforms, at least one per each thing. Except for the city center does not need a platform. Okay, so let's go. I love this, the bread thing. It's very cute. It's very, very cute. Wait, are you going to the right place? Hello? Oh no, 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 no. No, no. Okay, well, it's just gonna go around then. Wait, is this the, hold on, pause. Stop, stop, stop. What location is this? I messed up something there. Let me fix that. We need to do this better. There we go. This one first, please. Load in. Then you can go here, load out, and then here. Do both. There we go. That's better. Okay, excellent. This is so good. Yay! I love it's so funny because the graphics are really cute. But it's very much a management game of like, geez, I'm running out of stuff majorly. Let's fix this issue, you know? Okay, so do we have any wheat? Of course not, because we don't have any people working here. So let's send home one of each of these people. And get the farm working. I almost forgot about this. We can have 2 people working on this farm here. We'll get them to produce some wheat in just a second. Let's fast forward the game just a tiny bit. Oh, see the farmers? They're carrying all the tiny little bits of wheat there. And that will get transferred here to the, there we go. So it looks like they have their own cart. We don't actually need a platform unless we want to have more gathering, which is nice. So here we go. Windmills having stuff. They do have an internal platform here as well at the windmill. So yeah. But the nice thing about this, oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, unload and then load the bread. I love this gigantic thing of bread. Look at this, 1 giant loaf to feed the entire castle. I think that's great. It's very funny. It's very, very cute. Giant loaf for all. Hooray! New home. Yes. So that gives us 1 new worker right there. So what we want to do is, here is our population, 1 of 3. So looks like you can only increase these up to a certain amount as well. So the next person to get here is going to need 2 food to be, yeah, adequately represented here. Looks like we have plenty of wheat here, and we may have to take 1 farmer out of here because it's going too fast. Because there we had the bread because of the, you know what we could do? We could change this a little bit and do something like, oh, hold on. Okay, pause. Okay, turn that off. We could do something like this. I mean, it is expensive to build this, but why not? we can go, let's see, farm to windmill. Okay, and then city center right there. Yeah, there we go. Unload out. Perfect. Go. Okay, go, skip. Oopsie, skip. There we go. Okay, now we're gonna go to the windmill. Okay. Did we get the bread? We might have gotten the bread. Nope, apparently not. And then we go to here. Yeah, there was no bread to get. Okay, but that will shorten our time significantly. Oh no, no, there's bread now. It's okay though, it doesn't matter. We have 2 things of wheat here. I think we can take off one of these people from here. And meanwhile, put them back in the mining camp and in the lumber camp. So we can have more materials there. We are getting a nice chunk of planks and stuff going on here, which is very tasty nice. Okay, here's our bread. Here's our first usage of the new track. And again, what I love is when we're done with this track, we'll get it back. It's great. Okay, so we're having food. Yay. Bread is happening now. There's more bread happening. This is great. This is a bit of a long haul for this train. Let's go ahead and just fast forward this a bit. And there we go. Another bread. We'll see the bread happen. A new home. Hooray! They built it right in the middle of the forest. That's fantastic. So here we go. Oh yeah, population 1 of 4. Nice. Oh, so maybe we can grow it as much as we like. But it is more advantageous to grow other cities because they start at 1, I believe, right? Let's see, let's look. Yep, they start at 1 bread. So it's probably better just to grow the other places if we can. So we can put this back maybe to 2 or just save the employee for another one of our areas. Let me just slow this down a tiny bit. So there we go. Yep, more bread is happening. Woohoo! This is great. So anyway, I think this is a good intro for now. We're going to continue this map in the next episode, but I feel like the time is getting long. Let me know what you think about this game. I'm really enjoying it so far. It looks so simplistic, but it's just absolutely lovely. So anyway, oh, wow. I didn't know that could do that. Oh, it's tasty nice. Oh, did you see that? We zapped the stone to here from this platform because it was interacting there. That's quite tasty. Anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.